It's cool. Like, it's appealing to me to pick up a comic and see Dr. Octopus, you know, fucking Spider-Man with his tentacles and stuff. That's cool.
Did you start illustrating and think about making comics before you came to Japan? Or was it something that when you got here, it was a way for you to kind of express yourself?
Yeah. I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area, so I was into making zines and before I moved here, I was working for Hudson, a game company, Hudson. They make Bomberman and Bonk and TurboGrafx 16 and all that kind of stuff. I was working for Hudson and trying to get into their art department, and so doing some artwork for like games that were prototypes and beta testing and stuff like that. But so I was into illustration and stuff like that from way back before I started losing hair and getting power alleys. High school, conveniently, my high school was located right next to an independent kind of comic books shop, and they had a big rack of mini comics and kind of hand-stapled, photocopied kind of comics. And I used to, you know, whenever I skipped school, that's where I went, and I would sit there and buy these comic books, and I thought, it's so accessible, it's right here. So if somebody photocopied this, I can see their fingerprints and they smudge the ink here and stuff like that. You know, it was really, really compelling to me as a would-be creator, as somebody who wanted to be a creator one day. So I would go and buy those comic books all the time and thought, well, one day I'm going to do this.
So I'm guessing Hudson was back in the States.
Yeah.
When you got here, were you just like, oh, what brought you here? Was that what kind of tugged you over here with all the like video game culture and?
Oh no, actually, the funny thing is I worked at Hudson. I didn't play video games at all. I was never interested in video games. I mean, you know, as a kid I played Nintendo with my brothers and sisters and stuff like that, but I never bought anything past the Super Nintendo. I wasn't interested in gaming. It was just a really good job and a really easy job and a really fun job, great environment. What brought me here was by chance my wife is Japanese, and I met her in the States. Before I met her, Japan was just a point on the map for me, basically.
Is there like a culture here like, for the foreign market? Do you find it? Who reads your comics? I mean, you seem to sell out all the time. How do you get them? What do you think makes them want to read your comics?
Well, let me make one point abundantly clear. My comics are not bought by Japanese people, by and large. There might be one or two who do, and those people are people who like English more than they like my comic books in any way. Journal comics in particular there's a kind of a voyeuristic aspect to it, and there's something that people feel drawn to as human beings and seeing how other people live their life. Especially somebody like me living abroad, raising a family here, waiting in unemployment lines like I was when I started the project, and doing all these things that are kind of out of the ordinary